Hello everyone, Drew Wilson of Your Ear Gamer here, and today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. I've decided to offer a little bit of an update to my Minecraft experience, and I happen to know that these things are like procedurally generated, so every experience is probably going to be a unique one. I mean, there may be some similar experiences, but who knows. But anyway, I've been really busy with this particular game as of late, so I thought, you know what? I may as well showcase a little bit of an update. In fact, there has been some people, or at least one person was asking to see some of the stuff have been building. So today I wanted to kind of go over the mine, and if I have time, we can check out something else as well. So going back to the game here, you can tell that things look drastically different from the previous playthrough. I still have the usual mountainside here on both sides, so I've been kind of, stuck with this area as the kind of the main base because it just happened to be where I was spawning anyway. So as you can tell, there is a cobblestone wall and there's a bunch of signs here. So this is my main base. This is where I was, having this great big wooden house, and yes, I do know how to make doors. And go inside here. I got the smoker here, I got the furnace here, and I even got a nice great big chest here, and even threw on some windows here as well. And just out here I also have this fire pit here, so I can basically cook food if I have to. And just looking around, yeah, this is all cobblestone. Now you're probably wondering, why is it kind of a weird mixture of grass, wood, and cobblestone? Well, there's a very simple explanation for that. A couple times I've had to deal with creepers attacking my main base, and as a result they kind of, destroy good chunks of the wood here. So I put up cobblestone, and that seemed to be a little bit more resistant, at least, to creeper attacks. And of course at the time I didn't know like what would drive enemies away, and although I have one torch here, I eventually found out that torches do help with that, so I basically started putting torches around here to kind of light up the area. So eventually this main base, this building just didn't seem big enough and I needed more, so luckily, creepers largely left my supply shed alone, so I created this. I have a fletching table. I do not know what to use that for, but I made it anyway because I thought, make everything that's utility. I have an extra crafting table, and for some reason I put another one here. I am actually not sure why anymore, but this is early stages of the game anyway. And of course I have the chest here, and as you can tell, it's smooth rock here because I basically built this in the mountain, like in the side of the mountain. So the mountain used to start here, and now it's basically an alcove that I kind of protected the area. So obviously I needed a whole bunch of supplies because I didn't know what I was getting myself into here in terms of making my way through the game. So I created this, and this is my base mine, and funnily enough, this actually was created by, like, the first part of it was created by a creeper. They basically blew himself up. I caught damage and created a small hole, and it actually happened to have a little bit of coal here. So I went ahead and thought, you know what? There's already a start here. I may as well continue. I just need to get into the ground, and I may as well take advantage of the new landscaping that the creeper has done for me. So I started going down here. And as you can see, I have a lot of stuff. I have a blast furnace because I wasn't sure what a blast furnace does. I have three regular furnaces. I have this lodestone because I didn't know what a lodestone did, and I'm still not sure what a lodestone does, so I just left it here. I have this stone cutter just in case I need to cut stone, and it does cut stone. It does exactly what it says on the tin. I have a general supplies chest here of just random stuff that I find, and this chest is for a whole bunch of stuff that I happen to find in the mine, and this is for additional supplies. So basically, all my pickaxes and wood that I carry out. And just quickly, I did forget to mention this. This is where I get all my wood, is with this whole sort of tree farm. Every time I need wood, I just cut down a tree, grab a sapling, replant it. I have wood there as well. So I basically have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 trees, and the timing works out really well because if I have to go in and do some mining and I need some wood, I just chop down the trees, plant the saplings, and by the time I actually finish another round of mining, those trees have been built up. So anyway, eventually the stuff that I pulled out was too much for this chest here, so I created a entire chest room. So this is the cobblestone I find. This is copper. I still haven't really found much of a use for copper yet, but I am storing it just in case I do happen to find it. Andesite, again, I don't have much use for it necessarily, so I've just been storing it here. Lots of andesite. Deep slate, I've been digging pretty deeply, as you can tell. Granite, tough, more deep slate, because I still haven't really found much of a use of that. Diorite, and random experiments, so I just, created andesite stairs and slabs, and I created a copper grate and tripwire hooks and stuff like that. Just see what else pops up in the recipe book. Didn't get much. And I have an extra chest here. I can continue expanding, but this is just generally my chest room for all the random minerals that I happen to find. And in case you're wondering about things like gold and stuff like that, that is still being stored here. So I got lapis, I got some coal, I got some flint. I still haven't found a use for that. I think I created that block of iron, I'm not sure. Dripstone block. There's my gold, there's my diamonds. So just small stuff that's rare. And so I did do a little bit of mining because at one point I was low on coal. And so what I do is I kind of built this long corridor here. And whenever I run into something that is not more rock and stuff like that, I just wall it off, put a torch there to indicate that, and that I should stop digging there. And I started putting notes up. I haven't noted everything, but I have noted some things, and I just keep going. And of course, I just find a different direction, and I just keep digging. This drops low, like really low, and there's lava flow as well. So yeah, that's basically the first level for the most part. This is my main base right there, because I ended up finding that because I was wondering what was causing the burning sound, and it was just my campfire. And there's another large drop, and I did find some stuff down here. I think it was more coal. So yeah, I just started digging around a little bit, and obviously I've been at this for quite some time, so this goes well beyond just this simple layer. And one of the things I was trying to think of was how do I best create basically a mining system. And I was trying to be as pure as possible with this experience, so I was just figuring out as I go along. And there's a few rules I ended up having. And one of them was that I keep these stairwells like close together so I can quickly go up and down the different levels. I was going about 6 layers, and that seemed to be a good reasonable average. I mean, I'm probably going to be missing different things, different layers. So for instance here, like with the respect to the signs, around here I hear lava sounds, so I can just note lava sounds. So I just note to myself, yeah, don't dig around here because I don't know what I'm going to get myself into. And welcome to the general cave system. So what I was doing was I was thinking, okay, let's just go different directions. I only got basically 2. So then I created another stairwell, and I thought I would just kind of keep going down and down and see what I find. I did only get 2 in this level as well, not huge. And here I did go 3 different directions at least. I didn't quite get the 4th direction. And yeah, as I find myself getting lost, but essentially that was a cave system, if I remember right, going down that direction. So yeah, I just kept going down, and I was really not knowing what to do exactly with the different cave systems, but I was just trying to improvise my way through this. And sometimes I was just finding the same stuff, mostly coal and more copper. And I didn't know what to do with copper, and I have a lot of cobblestone. So here's where you start seeing, where I start thinking how best to create like a mining system. So initially I was just going to go just 4 directions, keep going until I basically create 5 torches that just barely expand and it goes into the dark, or I run into something. And that would give me an idea of where it's generally safe to dig and where it's generally not. So I'm going to keep going and keep going down. There's 2 directions. I was losing patience with some of these layers because they were just not really finding anything that was super amazing. And one of the things I was trying to find early on is iron, and I just couldn't for the life of me find some of it until I hit about this area here. So I started digging into these areas a little bit more, and I was able to find some iron on this level. So as you can see, I was extremely thorough in trying to find some of this stuff. So it's almost, I don't know, backrooms-ish type of aesthetic. So right here you can actually see where my initial probe ended. And I thought, well, it's not going to go any further. But since I knew where to dig, I started digging and I started finding it. And one of the things I was looking for is anything that drips water, as you can see here, and I just knew not to dig up. So anywhere that is leaking water, it's like, okay, let's just stop digging here because there's probably safer places to dig. And sometimes with these obstacles that I run into, I just dig around it so that I know what is safe and what is not. So that's as far as I ended up digging around here. Mostly just for the iron. And that was kind of later on. Around here I didn't really find a huge amount, so I just kept going. And I got my different directions. And yeah, gonna keep going. And this is another one where I found a whole bunch of stuff. I believe it was iron, but I'm not sure. So it opens up into a cavern, that sort of thing. Cavern. And that just kept going. So I was like, okay, that's a very safe direction to dig in, at least in that row. And of course, I tried to make it a little bit easier to find all my stairs as well. So I just have it 1 layer tall. Now here's where I found a lot of stuff. So it was not just copper. I did find some copper. But I also found iron. I found gold. I found red lapis, or not red lapis, red dust, that sort of thing. That was really useful. And this is a good example of what I do. I actually figure out, okay, what's my limits around, and then I just kind of do like a circle, and then I start digging inwards because I know everything about that is safe. And sometimes I run into exceptions and then I have to be careful, but yeah, this has been a massive, massive cave system that I end up making for myself. And since enemies started spawning every once in a while, like bats, so I started putting torches wherever there was like little alcoves. And anywhere where there was some darkness, I just kept digging, and I just basically made a post and slapped a torch on it, and I was good to go. And of course, one of the problems I run into is that sometimes these things are so big that I start getting lost. So yeah, it has been a lot of digging, as you could tell. Anyway, I won't bore you with just how absolutely gargantuan it is. I think you already got a good idea. And anyway, I just kept going. I found, I think it was it this level or the next level? I think it was the next level. Trying to remember. There was one level where I was getting some gold. I think I had to keep going. Eventually, I did start getting smarter about my designs, so I started creating this stairwell direction, go to the left, all 4 directions, and then just keep creating stairwells. This is the gold level. So I found a lot of gold here, so I kind of keeping that in mind. And of course, I just kept going until I reached bottom. And I think you have a pretty good idea of my little cave system, so I kept going. I ran into a great big open area up there, so I had to change direction. And eventually I managed to reach bottom. I haven't found anything that breaks this. I think that is bedrock. But this is as far as I ended up going. And haven't really dug any further. I just dug out for whatever resources I needed. So yeah, I think that is more than enough. That has been my cave system. I will be happy to answer questions about how I built this and why I built the way I did, and obviously there's going to be more efficient ways of doing it. So yeah, I guess that is all for now, and until next time, what is your era?